Thank you so much, Patty. And thank you so much to the Relay for Life Committee. I'm unbelievably honored and humbled. The writer and oncologist, Dr. Siddhartha Mukherjee, calls cancer the emperor of all maladies. John Green calls cancer an imperial affliction. He named it in his novel, A Fault in Our Stars. And there is indeed something grimly powerful about an illness that takes our very own cells, turns them traitor, and then marshals forces against our strong and splendid bodies. One night, 28 years ago, my brother-in-law called me and my husband and said that his year-old daughter was just diagnosed with something called a neuroblastoma. She had a tumor growing near her adrenal gland, and he outlined the treatment she would have to undergo, the surgery and the chemotherapy. And I remember saying to him with all the conviction in the world, in 16 years, when Amanda is getting ready to go to her junior prom, we'll look back on this time and we'll smile. That never happened. Amanda died at 17 months. And there is something uniquely heartbreaking when children die before their parents and when students die before their teachers. Yet here we are. We gather here tonight in a loving community to celebrate beautiful lives. And it is very important that we do this. There is great consolation and even human hunger to be in the company of others. And ever since the wonderful, beautiful Patty Impson asked if I'd speak here tonight, I was really struggling to think, what in the world was I going to say? And somehow I kept thinking of this little book, a charming book, one published over 25 years ago now. And it was called All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten by Robert Fulghum. And I know some of you, maybe around my age, probably remember this little volume about pivotal things we learn at 5 years old. And Robert Fulghum writes, share everything, play fair, don't hit people, clean up your own mess, say you're sorry when you hurt somebody. And he also wrote, be aware of wonder. Remember the little seed in the styrofoam cup. The roots go down and the plant goes up, and nobody really knows how or why, but we are all like that. And he reminds us that goldfish and hamsters and white mice and even the little seed in the styrofoam cup, they all die, and so do we. I kept thinking of this little book, and in a nod to Robert Fulghum, I've created my own little list about things I do know, and I call it All I Really Need to Know About a Loving Community I Learned at Fairport High School. Number 1, Fairport students and staff know the importance of having a place to gather when sad and monumental things happen. They know that hugs have to be given and have to be received. They know that tears must be shed openly. They know where to find people to help dry them. They know terrible things happen, but that no one should bear suffering alone. They know that when a beloved team member loses his hair because of his cancer treatment, they'll shave their own in solidarity. They know their coach looks after them as if the players were his own. They are inspired when one of their own is so very ill with cancer herself, but spends her precious days thinking of ways to give back to others. They know how comforting it is to wear t-shirts with names on them of those who are no longer with us. They make cards, they make meals, they make films, they donate their long, beautiful hair to Locks of Love, they raise money, they create music, they remember, they love. I learned something more. When I first began teaching, I didn't think there was any way possible that I could love anyone else's children like I do my own. I learned quickly that wherever love resides in us, the place is infinitely expandable. There is always room for more. My loving students taught me that. Tonight we've come together as a community once more, to laugh, to love, to remember, and to be with one another. Tonight we shall hold in our hearts those who lost their lives to cancer. We shall celebrate those whose cancer is no more. I say now, go out, do the good work, be good to one another. Remember, we are all we have, and that will always be enough. Thank you.